I'm Corbett Wall with DVAuction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, May the 29th, brought to you in part by the VITALIX Corporation. Since 1967, VITALIX has been providing excellence in animal health, including but not limited to all-American ID tags for all classes of livestock. For more information, go to y-tex.com. New highs. And we've been seeing new highs here for the last year or so, in different geographical areas for different classes or kinds of cattle. But we saw a bunch of new highs here just in the last couple of days. We've set all-time record high price for fat cattle, and the way I would measure that is the weighted average in your 5-area feeding region on a negotiated basis. And we did that last week. We didn't get the final results of that until Tuesday. But your new record high for negotiated fat cattle live steer weighted average is 190.09, beating the previous record by more than half a dollar. Your dressed weighted average for dressed steers was even more impressive, with a new record of 303.49, and that is well ahead, $2.50 ahead of the most recent record for dressed steers, all-time record high. So it's very exciting to be talking about the markets right now, because they're getting all kinds of new record highs and everything. Thought I'd go in there and look at some other record highs that we've posted here within the last week or two, I guess, or maybe just a couple of days. But and I encourage guys. I'm getting a lot of people that text or email or leave me voicemails telling me that they're seeing all-time record highs for their area. I had a message from a Feeder Flash gang member in North Carolina. Very impressive quotes there. Very impressive quotes everywhere. But when you're going to talk about individual slaughter animals, you're not going to sell them any higher than they did where I reported the market for 3 years, which is New Holland, Pennsylvania, and Lancaster County, Pennsylvania Dutch country there. They've got a lot of small butchers in that area. They've got halal interest there from New Jersey, and just a lot of different ethnic groups coming in there and paying big money for individuals. Now they sell groups and they sell a lot of individuals to some pretty major packers out there on the East Coast. But when you're talking about individual high dressing steers, I was talking to Greg Nichols there. They've got a packing plant, mostly cow kill there, not far away, and he was giving me some quotes out of there. Individual high dressing steers up to $2.26 a pound. That is very impressive, guys, and they're for slaughter. Slaughter bulls up to $2.22. I see some guys that are selling them for close to $2, and they're thinking it's lights out. They've been selling them way over $2 up there for months, New Holland, Pennsylvania. And then, of course, all over the country, they're mostly only getting dairy cows in New Holland, in Lancaster County area there, but you get some higher dressing bulls all over the country, and especially in the southeast, guys. That's where those packers there, cow packers, are paying the biggest bucks and putting a lot of wheels under them too. But we're seeing higher dressing beef slaughter cows selling up to and over $1.50 a pound. I think they'll get higher here over the next few weeks leading up to 4th of July. But just very, very impressive. We've seen calves weighing deep into the fours, steer calves bringing up to and over $4 a pound. Well, just last week we saw 8-weight stocker steers bring $2.90. That's about as impressive as you can get it. I've seen baby calves out on the East Coast, crossbred beef dairy dairy calves bring $10.25 a pound. $10.25 a pound. Unbelievable. But we saw a big response on the board to start the week out on Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday, We love those Monday holidays because we get a break from the board, but we came back with Tuesday opening the board for the week and responding positively to the bullish neutral cattle on feed. And so we saw feeder cattle especially respond in a big way to the cattle on feed report. Huge gains on our feeder cattle. And what's really impressive on that is it is breaking new ground and surging way out in front of our cash index levels, which they're up there pretty good too, but nothing like what the board is on feeder cattle. So, I told you here a few weeks ago that I thought maybe those, if we had any 8-weight steers coming off grass, I think they're all going to weigh 9 and 10 or 11. But if we had any 8-weight steers coming off grass in the Flint Hills mid to late summer there, I thought they'd bring closer to 280 than 250. And I think that's going to happen, guys. I mean, they're getting them out there, and they usually sell out in front of the board anyway. But it's just very impressive. Live cattle had some gains on Tuesday, but still working with a huge basis that these negotiated fat cattle sellers are just thumbing their nose at. They're selling cattle higher, which gives them even more basis. But, after last week's trade and even gains on Tuesday, we're still seeing live cattle with a $7.50 basis to the north, $2.50 basis for the southern hedged feeders, and that's tempting for them. But I think everybody knows that the cattle feeder is in the driver's seat with really, really tight numbers. We've seen our dressed beef prices, box beef cutout values, gain quite a bit here in the last couple of weeks. So they're ready to get paid, and they're like, show me the money right now. Let's talk about your board on Tuesday to open the week. June live cattle futures up 85 cents at 184.55. August up 70 at 181.82. Your back months were all up from 45 cents to $1.40 higher. August feeder cattle up 437 for the spot month for August. And August is the most important feeder cattle traded month. That is a big indicator of what's going to go on for the fall. But up 437 at 264.60. Wow. September was up 395 at 265.70. Back months were all up big on feeder cattle contracts, up 290 to 370 higher. July corn was down 2 cents a bushel. We could say part of that was from the grains being cheaper, but not really, just 2 cents cheaper for corn at 460.5. Beans down 7 cents at 1222.5. Kansas City hard red winter wheat for July down 7.25 cents at 724. Your weighted average, your record, all-time record high weighted average on last week's negotiated fed cattle trade out of your 5-area feeding region, lighter numbers. Now, I always tell you, if we get higher prices, you get more volume. Frankly, guys, there's not that many cattle that are ready out there to sell. And if guys had them ready, they would sell them. If packers could find them, they would buy them. But 56,500 head last week compared to 78,800 the previous week and 85,200 the same week a year ago. Live sales of fat steers and heifers in your 5-area feeding region ranged from 185 to 193.50. That was $1 to $2.50 higher. Your weighted average for live steers, like I said at the beginning of the report, was 190.09. That was up 55 cents from the previous week's weighted average. Dress sales ranged from 298 to 305, basically steady to $3 higher. Your weighted average on dress steers was 303.49, up $4.10, people, from the previous week's weighted average. Huge gains, guys. And actually the receipts were a little bit light in Iowa, where we see the best prices. I think they're just waiting for more cattle to be ready, guys. But in the Southern Plains, they sold them $1 higher at 187. Northern Plains, mostly $2 higher at 192. Dress sales $2 to $6 higher, predominantly 302 to 304. Nationwide, we sold 67,900 head negotiated. compared with 93,700 the previous week and 99,600 the same week a year ago. Huge movement a year ago this past week. Of the 67,900, about 23% or about normal of those were for the 2 to 4 week delivery. I doubt they make it. I hear stories all the time about buying cattle, going to pick them up in 2 weeks, and they call the next day wanting them. Negotiated grid sales last week totaled 44,600 head. Forward contracts 64,600, and formula sales 274,300 head. It's a wonder we've got this market this much higher with no leverage and not enough people willing to trade negotiated, guys. But box beef cutout values were higher to start the week. Choice cuts 312.12 up $1.67. Selects up 171 at 303.43. Your slaughter started the week out, which starting on Tuesday, 125,000. That's not too bad. Can't measure it with the previous week because no holiday, but same week a year ago, just 3,000 less than the same week a year ago with the Monday holiday. Talk about what else is going on. Performance Livestock Analytics. Now, co-founder Dustin Balsley, he is from Iowa, farmer feeder country, guys. He has lived this. This is where he's from. He eats and breathes and sleeps this. His father does too. He's got a technical mind, and he developed Performance Beef. And it's as easy to use as your cell phone. It helps you manage your feed, health, and performance in one easy spot right there, guys. Go to Performance Livestock Analytics for more information. Let's talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DVAuction. To start the week out, up just 3 cents, but it ended the week pretty strong, guys, with some big sales late last week and over the weekend. But real-time index is 250.195 based on an 800-pound cash auction steer. Your CME cash feeder cattle index, latest available, 248.63. Okay, now I want to tell you about something special you guys need to check out here on Wednesday. I got a call from my friend Tom Fry, and if you know Tom Fry and you know that he called you, it's about to help somebody else, not himself. He's one of the biggest hearted people that I know, but he is with Centennial Livestock in Fort Collins, Colorado now, and he was telling about one of their customers, Mike Morgan. He's from Walden, Colorado. He had been working his calves over the weekend, and had given them all their shots and everything, and just got done branding those calves and was getting ready to kick them back out. He was putting some hay out to the cows there, had a lightning strike. It killed him and 34 cows. People, that is horrible, devastating thing to happen. His widow has brought those orphaned calves in. They're going to be selling those orphaned calves today at Centennial Livestock in Fort Collins, Colorado. They're going to sell those light calves that have been orphaned from that lightning strike and killed their owner there. And then they're going to have a rollover auction to help raise money for the man's wife and his daughter. So if you guys, I know a lot of you have had a pretty good year. If you want to help some people, that's a good time to do it right there. Centennial Livestock, I believe it's on Cattle USA, and with Tom Fry there, or get a hold of them. You can just donate some money. Let's talk about your big sales on Tuesday to start the week. The Monday guys missed out. Oklahoma City missed out. Joplin missed out. All the Monday sales, I gotta wait. Talk about your big Tuesday sales to start the week. Ozarks Regional Stockyard in West Plains, Missouri had a lighter run because they had some storms over the weekend. It's pretty muddy around, which they can always use the moisture there. It's mostly rocks with a little bit of grass growing out of the rocks, and they're always about 3 days away from a drought down there, but getting some good moisture down there right now, and things are looking good. They had a lighter run, just 1,800 head in through the ring. and a little over 1,000 through their in-house video they do with help from DV Auction. But uncharacteristically, they did not have a good test of calves, but they did have a good test of yearling feeders. The feeders sold $2 to $4 higher, and lighter calves not well tested. Like I said, they just didn't get them in. But stick-out sale in Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains was 133 steers, weighed 803 and bring 256. Wow. Extreme South Central Missouri, guys. How about Beaver County Stockyards? They had nearly 3,500 there for their sale. Good sale there in No Man's Land, Oklahoma Panhandle. I thought it was impressive on the heifers. They had a lot of load lots of heifers. Sell 353 8-weight heifers. They averaged 837 with a weighted average price on all of those heifers at $225.55. But a sale that I thought was a stick-out deal. And this is not farmer feeder country, guys. This is commercial feedlot country. They don't normally buy huge near-beer feeders to put on feed. They'd rather buy 8 and 9 weights. But Beaver County Stockyards, they sell 149 steers, weighed 1099 or 1,100 pounds at $214. Pretty impressive there. How about Kingsville Livestock Auction in Kingsville, Missouri, just south and east of Kansas City there, guys. And they sell feeder heifers, pretty dang waspy there too. They had 7 loads of 7-weight feeder heifers, and they would all been black and top quality, but feeder heifers, not replacements. These are feeder heifers, and 2 loads that sold together. Most impressively that I saw was 142 feeder heifers, weighed 702, Kingsville, Missouri, bring 264 and a quarter. But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Tuesday, your Macrocin, no BS, top quote for the day, come out of Unionville Livestock Market, Unionville, Missouri. That's extreme north central Missouri. And they sell the Rockin' R, or most everybody's calling them Smokin' R, cattle there from Lucerne, Missouri. They do such a good job backgrounding them cattle, getting them grown and leaving the good in them. They sell 3 loads, 186 of those steers. They average $8.99 at $256.15. And that's your feeder flash for Wednesday.